rights?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why do you support animal rights?
Because I believe that we've got to stop the prejudice of speciesism. You know, this ridiculous notion of human supremacy, built on arrogance, selfishness, ignorance, and greed. And you know, we've got to realise that we're not the only animal on earth that needs to live. Every animal from the day it's born wants to experience life, wants to know what it means to experience touch, taste, sights, pleasures, interaction with their own species, interaction with other species, you know.
Okay, what's the most important animal right?
What's the most
important animal right?
The most important animal right is freedom, because we all want the freedom. From the very first breath that we take ourselves, when we come out of our mother's stomachs when we're born, we struggle to survive those precious first hours, then weeks and months while we're trying to get muscle growth on. We're trying to you know, grasp onto life. It's the most natural thing. We all want to experience life, what it means to live, to be free, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, yeah.
So when do you think animal rights should kick in? You mentioned just then, you know, when you're born. Do you think that's when animal rights should start?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the default position at the moment, the way we're doing it, is that unless someone gets to a certain age where they can start to actually figure out and work their way through some of the lies and social conditioning that they've been subjected to ever since birth. Our mothers bring us up from birth, and our fathers, to say, you know, you're going to have a lifestyle that involves cruelty and brutality, and that's going to destroy the planet, and also a lifestyle that's really bad, obviously for 1.4 trillion animals a year. 1.4 trillion animals killed for absolutely nothing every single year.
Okay.
And so, yeah, okay. The default needs to be reversed so that we bring our children up to be compassionate, and from the first instance.
Okay, so you said about being born. Yeah. Is it okay to kill a chick that's still inside its egg?
No, I mean...
Why not? It's not born yet.
It's just about... veganism is not just about an abuse of an animal for a start-off, it's about use or abuse. We fundamentally oppose the commodification of animals.
Okay.
You know, we reject human supremacy.
Okay. What about... do you extend these principles to human rights too?
Absolutely. We make absolutely no difference at all. A human is still an animal. We want a 300 species of primate on Earth. You know, we belong to the 4th largest group of mammals. We're animal, we're animal, we're simian, and we're primates, and we're human. We're all 4 of those things. So
by extension, would you support the rights of an unborn baby to live free in the womb without being intentionally poisoned and ripped up by an abortionist?
Well, there's obviously lots of different views on that. We have to take
your view?
My basic view on that is that I believe that the mother, it's not for me as a man to be able to telling a woman what she should be doing with her own child, with her baby.
But you've just spoken to us about 5 minutes about what we should be doing with the animals.
Right.
What's wrong with you defending an unborn baby in the womb?
I'll defend unborn babies, of course. Like I'm saying, every living thing wants to live. You know, from the first time that they're born.
So, but would you say an unborn baby is living before it's born?
We make decisions on things like this all the time. Just today, we know about the child today that's going to have his life support switched off. Yeah. There's obviously going to be difference of opinions like that. It's not an exact science. You know, sometimes, like we do with our pets, we have to euthanize them to put them, you know, to stop suffering.
But would you say an unborn baby is living before it's born?
Absolutely.
So therefore you would argue that life needs to be protected?
Oh, absolutely.
Have we got you thinking today?
Yeah, you've got me thinking. I mean, that's the most important thing, you know. We need to think, and people don't, you know, veganism is a transitional thing. We're not living in a perfect, compassionate world yet. As we get more and more vegans, then we can expand the aspects of veganism further. You know, for instance, at the moment, if I go and buy a fridge in a supermarket or in an electrical shop or a new car, a motor car, it doesn't give a label on it saying whether whether the steering wheel's been, you know, had plasticizers, experimented on animals, or whether the tyres contain casing, you know, whether the seats are made. So, you know, as more and more people try and move towards compassion and away from violence, then we can, if you like, perfect it more and take it further.